Animals are not our whole lives, but they make our lives whole. This quote by Roger Karras could not more accurately explain my feelings about animals and allude to my stance on the much debated practice of spaying and neutering pets. In addition to being very passionate about animals, I'm qualified to speak on this subject as a pet owner, pre-veterinary student, and recently hired veterinary technician. I feel it is essential to make people aware of how important spaying and neutering is. How many of you are pet owners? Have you ever seen an animal in heat? According to the WebMD article Healthy Dogs, a female can be shy or cranky for up to a month before ovulation. She will experience increased urination and can bleed anywhere from 6 to 18 days, during which the owner must change her diaper lining and make sure the diaper does not fall off. If the possibility of spending your day cleaning up pee spots on the carpet and changing bloody diapers is not alluring, I can assure you this simple surgery can solve those problems forever. If you are still not convinced by this vivid example, let me describe the many benefits to both you and your pet that come from spaying and neutering. The most talked about and probably biggest benefit is to help fight overpopulation. Euthanasia, the act of injecting fatal doses of anesthesia into the bloodstream, takes the lives of millions of dogs and cats annually. Countless more live an empty, suffering life as strays. Spaying and neutering pets can help prevent the birth of unwanted or unplanned litters, which are the most common source of homeless animals. Even if you have a male pet, you can ensure that he does not result in another animal's pregnancy by this simple surgery, which leads to consequential homeless puppies and kittens. You may think that dropping these off at your local humane society would not be a big deal. However, due to lack of funds and space, many of the annually euthanized dogs and cats come from this very place. According to the American Medical Veterinary Association, the capture, impoundment, and eventual destruction of unwanted animals costs taxpayers and private humanitarian agencies over $1 billion each year. Also, if people try to stop unwanted litters, this exponentially increases the chance homeless animals have of being adopted. Spaying and neutering can prevent bringing animals into the world homeless and can give those already homeless a chance to find a family. Not only does spaying and neutering benefit other animals, but it can directly benefit your pet's lives. One way is that fixed animals experience the desire to roam less. This is partly due to the fact that animals will do anything to find a mate. Females will roam until they come across a male. Males can sense females in heat and will travel extremely large distances, and once they do sense that female, their hormones kick into gear and everything else loses importance. Once fixed, females do not go into heat, and males lose the necessary equipment to drive that desire. This keeps Fluffy safely at home, where you can physically see that he's okay and respond immediately to any complication. It also decreases the chance that your pet will be involved in an auto accident or in a fight with strays. Yet another direct benefit to your pet deals with his or her health. Animals that have been spayed and neutered have been proven to live healthier, longer lives. According to the ASPCA's Top 10 Reasons to Spay and Neuter Your Pet, spaying can help prevent uterine infections and breast cancer in females, which is about 50% fatal for dogs and about 90% fatal for cats. It can also prevent mammary gland tumors and ovarian cancer. If done before 6 months of age, neutering prevents testicular cancer in male dogs and cats, along with reducing the risk of prostate disease. The fact is, this simple surgery can limit the possibilities of diseases and sicknesses your pet can develop, many of which are life-threatening. Not only does spaying and neutering benefit your pet and other animals, but it can directly benefit pet owners. One of the most common reasons people choose not to have the surgery is the price, as it tends to cost a few $100s depending on the veterinarian and the location. However, it is actually more cost-effective in the long run to have the surgery done. Many people fail to realize that it is cheaper to have a pet spayed or neutered than to properly care for the average size litter of puppies or kittens. And the average cost of caring for a litter of puppies, as seen here, is about $1,000 versus a few hundred for the surgery. This is especially true for the owner of the female, who has to go through at least a few cycles, which entail a notable amount of expensive diapers before pregnancy. We imagine puppies and kittens as adorable little fuzzballs full of love and cuteness, but for the owner of the litter, they look more like food, vaccines, formula, sheets, milk, and cleaning. It is virtually impossible to keep dogs or cats from attempting to reproduce. It is in their basic instincts, which is something no amount of obedience training or fencing can contain. Yet, this simple surgery can ease your mind about ever having to deal with all the effort and expense of an unexpected litter in the future. Looking at the benefits I have brought to light, it seems obvious what the better decision would be. Considering the benefits to your pet, numerous strays and homeless animals, and to yourself as a pet owner, it seems a few $100s should be a pretty simple sacrifice. Imagine sweet little Fluffy slowly being killed by ovarian cancer, a massive rock growing larger and larger, turning simply breathing and walking into hard labor. Or think of feisty little Spot lying lifeless on the side of the road because he tried to dig under your fence to reach that Jack Russell in heat in the next neighborhood over. Any pet owner with even the smallest heart would feel heartbreak at the idea of their beloved dog or cat falling to such a fate. My point is, this is exactly my point in arguing for spaying and neutering. Although the aforementioned scenarios are not completely guaranteed not to happen to a fixed dog, they are significantly less likely. It is my hope that with these advantages and benefits, you will spay any pets that you have and use this information to make others aware of their folly. This has nothing to do with us or our humanly selfish nature, but with the well-being of our pets. Animals do not have voices, therefore we have to be that voice for them.